Quixoteland was born in a little debate with my friends, where we were talking about like religion in general, and I was like, we were talking that we kind of like got to the place where we all agreed that the Bible was a really good literature book. So coming from there, I thought like, so what if instead of the Bible we would have Don Q, because it's the second book in history. So from there, from that idea, kind of like it stays up there. Also from my side, I always like even I danced in the past Don Q a lot of times when I was in a ballet company in Madrid, and like I really loved it. But somehow like I felt that somehow through ballet it was not enough to fill up all this music, no. So these two things that happened really like far apart, and the fact that you asked me to come and do something and kind of like somehow like every time I create something, like I have so many ingredients, somehow they come whenever they want, and for whatever reason they all come together, and so then you decide to do a piece, and that's what happened with Quixoteland. I mean, every time I start a piece that is not like serious or it has a it's not about a concept or what is every time I do a piece that is kind of like a literal piece where you explain a little story, it's like sometimes to propose is harder because it's a literal thing, no? So every time I start something like that, I come out a bit afraid because I don't know how dancers would react, because dancers normally would like to they like to feel cool and those sort of things, no? But like I was like actually a really nice surprise because they all really got into it and they all developed their own characters and they all play with me, and that's really nice to have and work with. The idea was what would happen if in a small town in the middle of nowhere, instead of the Bible, they would have Don Q. So they would kind of like develop their own society through that book, like we develop our society, or at least the Spanish one, through the book of the Bible. So that was the idea. That's why Don Q is not there, because he's already dead, gone for a long time. Yeah, it's all about the fact that there is a person that is part of the religion, the Don Q religion, and there is a person that is an intruder to that religion, and how sometimes religion, instead of putting all us together, kind of like split us. So it's kind of like how the impossible love between that person that is not part of it and that person that is part of the religion, and how at the end, because I mean I believe in love, I guess, and I like to feel that kind of like pure love, I guess. That's and through that, that's how they got together, because I mean I guess like love always wins. I mean, the two people that I work with, and the costumes and the set, they are like people that I worked with before and that I have totally trust, especially Luis Crespo, the setting designer, since I met him 5 or 6 years ago, that we've been collaborating together. He knows about my aesthetic. He knows where he cannot go, and is a really open person that I can actually say no this or this doesn't work. Or and also with Brechia it's really easy because I mean she has a dance background, and she knows first what it feels good and what doesn't, and also she has an aesthetic for dance, so it's actually also really easy to work with her. You know, like I had this thing that I don't know how it's gonna sound, but like every time I see something, like any kind of show, I always think how would I do that, and also with the belief, and that's why I guess I make it, that I can make it better. So it kind of like everything that I saw in my life, I kind of like had this thought when I say, how would I do that? How would I like explain that story? How would I like explain that concept? How would I like approach that? And through that, I have so many things that I would like to do, and one of them it was Don Q. I just put myself out there and see how I react. It's kind of like a little challenges that I put to myself every time I do a piece. Yeah, I mean, I think the music is really like doesn't say exactly what is happening, but it says a lot, and it gives you a tip to create a scene. You know, like it's actually really easy in a way to work with this kind of music. It was the hard thing was to actually to choose from the 3 hours ballet to choose 30 minutes because I mean there is so many greatest hits in that music that we all know and that we all like kind of really enjoy listening to. But like the hard thing was actually yeah to choose the best music for every situation that I was looking for. No, I think it's like the piece is it wouldn't be the way it is without the dancers that like I've been working with. I think they're a really big part of how it develops and how I believe that creation is a conversation between two parts and sometimes you give the first word and they don't answer and the good thing about this group is they always answer actually they even make questions
Yeah.
so it's actually really good.